Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you? Hope everyone's having a very good day. So, today I'm covering just a few things, gathered them all together. Wanted to talk about Foodie's community post where she addresses the comments she made when she was with Sala, talking about Peetz, and she wants him to move on and she wants him to move out. Now, anyone who's been watching Foodie, watching Pete's perhaps through Foodie. Foodie's been putting out multiple bat signals for the longest that she is tired of Pete's, or rather, she basically used up Pete's and he has nothing left that she wants, so she wants to kick him to the curb. She and Pete's have been friends for 17 years and they've known each other since high school. Then they became involved in a relationship. They were together for 5 years. She cheated on Peetz with multiple men, including BB. Then she left Peetz for BB. While she was with BB, she got money from Peetz. And then when BB got tired of Foodie's nonsense, she went back to Peetz and essentially used him to get into the villa because her credit was bad. I believe she had a bankruptcy. So it's his name on the lease of the villa. But yet Foodie, I guess, is planning to come back to Canada and she wants Pete's to move out, which gets me to thinking. Perhaps Foodie is over in Kuwait right now, maybe telling Salah a big fat lie that the villa is in her name when really it's in Pete's name. But she got on her live making it seem like it's in her name and she can kick him out. Foodie, yes, you do pay the rent. Yes, you do pay the bills, but the villa is still in his name and it's his home for however long that may be. But if you are newly married, which again, I think it's all just a sham, y'all. I think it's all just a fake, phony marriage for the camera. But if you are newly married or in a new relationship, then you and your new husband need to find a place of your own. It shouldn't be a case of you trying to come back to Canada and bully Pete's out of the villa because that's just incorrect. But I would like to cover Foodie's community post where she addresses the Pete situation and show you a few clips from different creators. And I'm going to credit each and every one and leave the links for all their videos in the description. And I encourage everyone to check out all their channels and all their videos because they're all excellent creators with excellent content. So let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see and hear everything. Okay, so there's one of the videos, but let's see, where should we start first? Let's see. All right, let's start here. So the first person I'm going to give credit to is Miss Erie Pepperoni. And further credit goes to the person on Twitter, Stuff Case Said, which is Kristen, as she posted this to her Twitter feed and then Erie posted it to her channel. So let's go back in time for a minute. Let's go back in time to where Sala wasn't in the picture and Foodie was supposedly rolling hard for Pete's and saying, I will never get rid of Pete's. I will always take care of him. Yeah, okay, Foodie. So starting off the video, this is the community post that Foodie just posted 2 hours ago. And it says, Pete's had been evicted where? Stop the nonsense drama. Can some bright person please explain to me how it is my responsibility to house and take care of a grown man I am not married to forever? Does that sound logical to you? No, it's not logical. And no, it's not your responsibility to take care of a man, especially someone who's not your husband or your boyfriend. Uh, I can't believe that Pete's was over there for the longest thinking, especially with how you were running after Natter, that you and he would be together forever. But I guess he just counted on the fact that nobody would want you. And because of that, you would never be able to find someone. And that means his position as the roommate, man in your life would not be threatened. So he was just having a sense of false comfort and counting on that when he shouldn't have. Like I said, Foodie's been throwing out the bat signals for the longest that she wants to get away from Peetz, that she's tired of Peetz. She basically used Peetz up and now it's time to throw him away. And if she wanted to be away from Peetz, she could have gone about things a different way if they were friends, a more respectful way, like sitting down with Peetz long ago, as a friend would do, and say, hey, I know we're living together. I know I'm paying the rent and the bills, and I know you've gone through depression, which I understand, but you need to start to build a life of your own because my head is in a different place. I'm interested in having a relationship with someone. We had a relationship that ended long ago, and we're not interested in each other that way. So, can you please just start to put your head in a place where you can be on your own eventually? I don't think they ever had that conversation. And as a friend, Foodie, she really didn't try to help Pete's get back out into the world, get adjusted to the world. I don't think she took time to help him find a job or take him out into society so he could get around people and not feel awkward. There's a variety of things she could have done as a friend to help Pete's, but Foodie's a control freak. I think she liked having control over Pete's. She liked having him there for whenever she needed him. And like I said, she ran through him. She put him in debt. She ruined his credit. And she liked having control of him. But now that he's got nothing to offer her and she's seeing this hot guy, she's like, I'm done here. Move along. So, Pete's, this person, Foodie, is not your friend. She never was your friend. She was just an opportunistic, greedy, narcissistic, selfish female that you allowed into your life, and you allowed her to ruin your life, and she's done with you. And she's looking to move on to bigger and better things, although, in my opinion, it's going to come back and bite her in the ass. It's going to take some time, but it's going to happen. So you will get your comeuppance, sir, for any wrong that she's done to you. Sometimes karma takes a while to work, but when it works, it hits hard. So again, going back to this is the community post. Like her getting all indignant about the way she went about informing Peetz that she wanted him out. She didn't do it through a phone call. She didn't do it through a one-on-one conversation. She could have had the conversation before she left. But if it's just like Foodie, that she would wait until she gets in another country away from the person so she doesn't have to see them eye to eye, and then let complete strangers know, who in turn let him know. So let's get started with this video. Exactly. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Foodie? Okay, and here's the person that Erie is crediting. Credit stuff Kay said, and this is Kristen on Twitter. Kristen's a great person. And you know what? I'm just, before I forget, there's something that I would like to put out there. So I was talking to Erie last night and she said something that was completely true. Notice that every time Foodie gets into a relationship, she becomes a different person. Her personalities change. And her personality is always based on whoever she's seeing. Like she changes herself based on whoever she's with. She never stays herself, whatever that is. I've always said that Foodie is so lacking in identity that she takes on the identity of whoever she's with. I feel that's the reason why every time she gets with somebody new, we're seeing a completely different person. She's like a a phony fake chameleon that changes her colors based on the colors of whoever she's with. I'm not talking about skin tone. I'm talking about who that person is as a person. Whatever they like, she likes. Whatever they hate, she hates. Whatever their favorite food is, that's her favorite food. She becomes that other person. It's not about her just being herself and being true to herself and trying to find someone that loves her for her. It's her just trying to be whatever it is that the other person wants, desires, is, and that becomes her personality. She just dissolves herself into the other person because she's so lacking in herself. Does that make sense? So I agree with you, Erie. I absolutely agree. Like every time she gets with somebody new, she becomes a whole different person rather than just finding out who she is, what her true identity is, and sticking to that. She just always about putting on costumes and personalities and mannerisms and changing her voice and just to please a man. This is not how you get into a real relationship. You get into a real relationship by being real, by being genuine and sincere about who you are. That's what a real relationship is. Being yourself, finding the other person who is themselves, and the two of you have a connection. And because of the connection, you love each other and you respect each other and you are each other's true partners. But Chantal, she's always running from one thing to the next thing, trying to find whatever thing it is that will keep a man with her.
I owe him my fucking life. This man, when I met him, paid off all my debts, incurred debt for me, paid for my fucking. I have a license because of him. Okay? He's done a lot for me. So, Peetz, I will support till I die. So, Peetz,
So look at that. She just named all the things that Peetz did for her. And there's a lot more stuff that he does for her that she did not name. Like when she had boils or sores on her fupa or her back or whatever, he was the one to fix the sores or help with the sores, put her shoes on for her. He goes and he fetches her food from the front door. When she wants to lie to the audience, he will help her with lying. He'll cover for her. Peetz will do whatever Foodie wants him to do. I'm sure he's done quite a bit more than what she just named, but those are just some of the things he's done for her. And he's been around her for 17 years. So in this clip, way before Sala, she's saying, I will support Peetz until I die. But yet I remember all the live streams when the cracks were starting to show. Y'all remember the live streams where she went to the park and she was telling people on live stream that she was basically trying to talk herself into being away from Peetz. She was saying, oh, it'd be so great if he was by himself, it'd be healthier for him, which I'm not arguing with. I think it'd be healthier for him to be away from Foodie. I think they need to be away from each other. They are not good for one another. They back up each other's bad energy, negativity, depression. They just they're too codependent on one another. You know, she likes having control of him and he likes giving over control rather than going out and being a responsible adult and living. He just looks at her and says, oh, she'll take care of everything. But multiple times her talking about Peetz and talking about how she wanted to be away from Peetz and oh, it'd be so much better for him. And oh, I wish I could just bring guys home and I can't do it because I have a roommate. You know, the cracks were starting to show long ago. Foodie's head has always been in that headspace of she's all about herself. She doesn't care about anyone else. She'll meet up with a person and use them as much as she can use them if they allow her to use them. She used Peetz. She ruined his credit, you know, ran through his money, used his money. Like she said, he paid off her debts and whatnot, used his name to get into the villa. And what thanks does he get? She's over there talking about he needs to move out of the villa. No, you need to move out of the villa. If you're newly married, you need to go. You've got a husband, there's two people. If you want to go and live somewhere with somebody, go do it, but don't expect to come back to Canada with Sala and bully your way into the villa with him and then Peetz is out in the street. No, ma'am. I hope for once in his life that Peetz stands up to you and says, no, my name is on the lease, not yours. You're married now. You two go find a place. That's how it should be. Start a new life somewhere else. You're not just going to get married and come back and expect a nice villa and then I have nowhere to live. No, no. I hope that he gives her the finger and says, no, you're not getting your way this time.
I will support till I die. So Peetz, 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 I will support till I die.
And you know what? That clip, that was just her pretending to be loyal to her friend. But the only person that Foodie is loyal to is herself. All that a narcissist cares about is themselves. They don't care about anybody else around them. They just look at them as resources and people to give them things and do things for them. And that's how Foodie's looked at Peetz. Like, I got you under my control. I got you under my thumb. The sad thing is when Foodie and Peetz first moved in together, he had a job and he had money. And Foodie, she persuaded Peetz to quit his job. She kept coming at him, quit your job and do YouTube with me. She wanted to do YouTube with Peetz. And then, unfortunately, Peetz fell into a depression, and I'm not sure if he quit his job or was let go, but he stopped working. And then he just became really, really comfortable letting Foodie do everything. And then the thing with narcissistic people like Foodie, once they get full control of you, there's no more challenge. And they lose respect for you. And game over. There's no more game. It's like, I've already won the game. I'm going to move on to the next game. So Peetz is very passive. He gave Foodie all the control. And he gave himself no way and no room to get out of that situation. Now, here we are. People have been warning Peetz for months to be careful. He never listened because he just trusted Foodie too much. He thought, oh, she'll never do that to me. Peetz, listen. This is the same woman who left you devastated, who cheated on you. She did you dirty before. You don't think she'll do it again? Of course she will. And you want to know why? Because you let her get away with it. And she knows what to say to you, what to do to get her way. She's a spoiled, selfish, self-centered brat that nobody's ever told her no, except for Natter. And because he told her no, she went running after him. But you've always been just a toy for her, something to play with, something to control, someone to go get her food, someone to put her shoes on, someone to take care of the cats while she goes to run after Salah in Kuwait. She has no respect for you. That's why she feels so free to walk all over you. It's time to wake up, my bro. Wake up.
So Peetz, I will support till I die.
Right. She said, I'll support him till the day I die. What she meant was, till I find some hot guy and then I'll forget all about you. Foodie's always been looking for the next one. She's always been looking for the fantasy dude for the next guy that she can be in a relationship with, because once she finds that guy, that's where all the attention goes. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. And she found him. And Peetz, you're as good as gone, bro. You're as good as gone. You are just, you're a meat byproduct that she just wants to put into the garbage. You're yesterday's news. You are the ex. You are the past. And Sala is her present and her future. And she wants to leave you well behind. So that is the clip from Erie Pepperoni. I'm going to leave a link for her video in the description, so please check out Erie's channel. So what else do we have here? This is from Perfectly Imperfect. I'm again leave a link for the video in the description. Foodie Beauty tells all of YouTube Peetz has to move out, but didn't tell Peetz. What a great friend she is. You're going to tell a bunch of strangers that Peetz has to go, but you're not going to tell the person that you've been a friend to for 17 years since high school? What a great friend you are. What a great friend indeed, huh? We should all have a friend like Foodie.
So here's the thing. Yeah. So here's the thing with that, like, Peetz is a friend. It was never my intention, and he's aware of this, to ever live with him ongoing. Like, to never, my priorities in life have changed, like, to the point where I found love, I'm married, I want to have a family, I want to do different things with my life. So yes, it's not about being mean, it's not about being a bad friend, it's not about that at all.
Nah, you're just a bad person, and you're rotten, and you're evil. There, I said it. And you will always be rotten, mean, and evil. So did you tell Sala that the villa is in your name? Did you tell him that that was the deal? And given the impression that you can kick Peetz out? Because let me tell you something, Foodie. Even if your name was on the lease, you can't kick somebody out of the house just like that. No. No, that person can claim squatter's rights. Peetz has been at the villa for well over 30 days. He can show that he lives there. He can show that his clothes are in the closet. He gets mail there. You can't just kick somebody out. No, 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 no. Ask any landlord. Ask any landlord. Like if you're living with somebody and they really want to make things difficult, you have to go through legal channels to get them out. That might take 2 or 3 months, maybe, depending on the situation. Maybe they can claim hardship. I don't know if Peetz could do that, but you can't expect that as soon as you get home, Peetz is going to be gone. For one, his name is on the lease, not yours. So if you're over there lying to Sala and saying the lease is in my name and Peetz is just a roommate that is just a guest, you lied to him. It's the other way around. You got into the villa because of Peetz. And I'm going to bring something up that I don't know if anybody forgot. Y'all remember a while back when Foodie and Peetz were house hunting. Chantal said that while Peetz and herself were house hunting, that Peetz, he wanted to find a place that was within his budget. He was trying to be smart then. He had a job and he wanted to find a place where the rent was not expensive and they could stay within their budget. But Foodie, being the self-centered, spoiled, rotten, self-important narcissist, she told Peetz, I don't want to live in those dumps. And so they made a deal to get the villa, which was really, really nice, and the rent was a bit expensive. And the trade-off for him putting his name on the dotted line was her paying the rent and the bills. So Peetz actually wanted a more reasonable rent place, and Foodie wouldn't hear of it. She wanted a place she could brag about. So they got into the villa. She started paying the bills and the rent, but she would not have been able to get in there had it not been for Peetz and his good credit. Credit that she ruined after they got into the villa because she charged up all his credit cards to the point where he couldn't even go to therapy. She put all her mukbangs and stuff on his credit cards. I mean, she has used Peetz within an inch of his life, ruined his credit, ruined the whole money situation, got him in a place where he's mentally and emotionally broken, and he's been living in that shell for so long. Now he's going to take a while to come out of it. You did that, Foodie. You did that. You did it because you could and because you wanted control of Peetz. And once you got control, you just wreck and ruin his life even further. And knowing that you want a relationship, you could have started long ago to get him on the path to being more independent. You didn't, because you were too self-absorbed in yourself. So this person, Peetz, has done so much for you in so many different ways. How you're paying them back is letting them know on a live stream that you want them out. Classy move, Foodie. Classy move.
Yeah, I'm not responsible for everyone's responsible for themselves, and life changes, circumstances change, and I can assure you everyone is doing fine. A married woman should be living with their ex. Doesn't make her a bad friend. Exactly. Things have changed. Hi, Brooke. Rosetta Stone. Welcome for Pizza Drinks, please. It's time for pizza. Yes.
Yes, exactly, Aisha. Very good answer.
Yes, Aisha's answer, yes.
Because it's logical things. No need to ask that question.
Yeah.
How a married wife talk with ex-boyfriend doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, Pete has been my friend for many, many, many years, so it's a different situation, and Salah's understanding of that.
We all have friends.
Yeah.
Only with full respect, with limits.
Yeah, exactly. I think Pete is really gentle. Yes, and Pete is fine with it. He's not complaining. He's fully aware of it. He's not, nothing drama here.
Okay, so she just said, oh, he's fine with it. He knows all about it. Listen to what Pete has to say.
Maybe she did. She hasn't told me that. She hasn't said that to me yet, so.
Boom. He just said it. She hasn't told me that. She didn't tell me. I've been saying for a minute that I thought this trip that Foodie was taking to Kuwait, it was dual purpose. It was her going over there to meet Salah, but also she's been putting out the vibe. She wants Peetz away from her. She's done with him. So the other purpose of the trip was to kind of pry Peetz away from her. She wants to find a way to get away from him, but yet she is not enough of a true, honest friend that she's going to sit down with him and have that heart-to-heart conversation of, I've supported you for 2 years, and I'm tired of supporting you, and I want you to be more independent. And so please just start taking steps to support yourself. Please try to find your own life and do it soon, because I'm on a different road now, and you cannot walk next to me. We lived together for 2 years, and I took care of you. So just take that for what it is, and please make your way out into the world again. She didn't have that conversation. She could have had it many opportunities. She didn't have it. No, this is classic Foodie. She's going to wait until she's not in front of him because she's a coward. She's going to do it through her chat where she doesn't have to face him, because she knows what she's doing is crappy and it's evil and it's vile, and she doesn't want to see the look on his face or see his reaction. She can hide away from that.
Dinner? Hamburgers, Nancy. Like, entirely possible that she'll want me. Entirely possible that I'll have to move out. She hasn't said it to me yet, so.
Peetz, why do you have to move out? Your name is on the lease. Make her move out. She can't legally kick you out. Your name is on the lease, bro. Your name is on the lease. You have a legal right there. She's a guest in the house. She can move out anytime she wants. She's not legally bound to that house. And if she's married, her and Salah need to find a place of their own, point blank, period. They can't just come back from Kuwait and expect you to be gone. That's rude.
I think if Peetz is really trying to, yes, if Peetz is fine with it, he's not complaining, he's fully aware of it, he's not,
No, he ain't.
nothing drama here.
Okay, so that is the video from Perfectly Imperfect. Again, I'm going to leave a link for the description. I'm sorry, for the video in the description. So, yeah, Foodie's doing Peetz dirty. Doing him real dirty. As usual. As usual. Okay, this is another video. This is a continuation from the Peetz video. This is from What's Happening, and it's got a bit more in it that I want to talk about, so we'll just play it from here. Okay, these are some of the messages from people in the chat. Panda Punch says, Peetz, please listen to us. She really said you have to leave when she comes back. Well, you know what? Foodie may want him to be gone before she comes back, but I hope he's not. I hope he's there and she doesn't get her way. That the spoiled, rotten brat does not get her way.
Maybe she does. She hasn't told me that. She hasn't said that.
Maybe she was putting that message out in the live stream because she was hoping that Peetz would be gone when she got back, that he would feel a certain kind of way and be gone. He's not going to be gone, Foodie. Where else is he going to go? He doesn't have money to move out. Moving out is a very expensive process. Very expensive. And that's if you find a place. She says she's going to be there for 3 months, but it might be a month. It might be 2 months. That's not enough time to get a new job and get a place. Even if you wanted to, you need more time than that. Like I said, you should have prepared for this well in advance. Sat down with Peetz, try to figure out a plan for him, help him find a job, help make sure he's got some money rolling in the door. You could have done that for your friend. You know, this friend that you said helped you out financially, paid off all your debts, helped you get a car, helped you to drive, has helped you physically, like puts your shoes on and puts, you know, cream on your sore fupa. You could have done that. You should have done that. Are you obligated to take care of a grown man for the rest of your life? No. But as a friend, there are things that you should have done as a friend, you know, common decency things. You could have paid back some of what Peetz did for you by just being decent, giving him a heads up, helping him be more independent, maybe helping him get into exposure therapy so he can be around people, making sure he had a job. Sit down with him for a couple of afternoons and put in job applications or take him around to different places to look for employment. You could have done that. You didn't do any of that. You were too all into yourself and all into Sala, just thinking about you, having your face in the camera all day, neglecting your cats. I hope karma teaches you one hell of a lesson with Sala. I really, really do. And I hope that when that lesson comes, that Peetz is standing on his own. I hope he has his own place. I hope he has his own job. And when you go running back to Peetz, he remembers this moment, what you did to him, and how you left him high and dry. And I hope that when you go to his door, he slams the door in your face without a word. And you'll be completely alone as you deserve.
That's me, right? So, like, you know, entirely possible to show up. Entirely possible that all happened with that. She hasn't said it to me yet, so. I mean, like, I'm aware that at some point I'm going to have to. Right.
So, Peetz, if you know in the back of your mind that your roommate, she's not interested in you romantically, and she's looking for someone to be romantically or intimately involved with her, you know that. You know that in the back of your head, she's looking for a life partner of some sort, and you're not it. Why not prepare? You're just going to rest on your laurels and think, oh, she'll take care of me forever. That's stupid. That's stupid. Especially considering the fact that for the last year or so, look how feverishly she was running after Natter. How insane she was running after Natter. How much focus and energy did she put out trying to make a relationship that wasn't there? That should have been a wake-up call to you. That this woman, she's on a relationship hunt, manhunt. You know, she's looking to get away from you. I don't think she likes taking care of you. I don't think she likes you being there. I don't think she likes spending her money on food for you, paying for the extra bills because of you. I don't think she likes the extra expenses. I don't think she likes the fact that she has no privacy because she has a roommate. Although, in your defense, I mean, you stay in your room, you don't bother anybody. Still, you know, when you're someone and you're paying for everything, and you've got somebody in the house and they're really not doing much, you're like, what are they even here for? They're not even contributing anything. So she's been putting out the signals. She doesn't want to be around you. Anybody watching her streams, you guys know. Whenever Peetz walks in the room, she tenses up. She's not happy for him being there. You know, like the look on her face is like, what is he doing here? I don't want him here. I think part of the reason why she wanted to go to Kuwait was to meet up with Salah, but also this part of this plan is to pry you off her side and get you away from her. Because to be perfectly honest, you don't have anything anymore that she can use to her benefit. You have no money, you have no credit, you got nothing. She drained you dry. And now that you're dry and you're empty, she's got no use for you. So let's move on to the hot guy that will get her attention.
She definitely hinted at it even before she left. I mean, I kind of be able to say briefly with my mom.
You know, this is just a sidebar issue. Peetz, can you please work on your table manners? I mean, seriously, eating like that and then picking your teeth like that, that's just gross. That's stuff you might do in private if you're feeling that kind of way, but why do that on live stream? That's just nasty. Seriously, go brush your teeth, bro. Teresa says, what do you think about Chantal's husband said she's talked to you?
Teresa, I don't know either. Don't know, don't care. Oh, then what they do? Laura? Just mad. What did I do? Do I get lonely? Not often. What would make me happy? Half the time not existing is what would make me happy. Move that level? Yeah, it's probably what I'm having to do. I imagine I will probably end up having to move.
You know, I have to wonder, and I agree with Kaya. I was watching her live last night while I was playing Stardew Valley. I was listening to you, Kaya. I had you in the background listening to you, Kaya. As I love Kaya. She's highly entertaining. Love her. When we got to this part of Peetz's video, when she did, there seems to be a sense that Peetz, he's so used to Foodie taking care of him, and he knows he's on YouTube, and he knows that there are people in the audience that care about him. I don't know if he's expecting someone in the audience to come in and rescue him, send him money or something. Like if I were somebody in the position that Peetz is in, and I had a roommate, And I thought everything was cool. And then they go somewhere far away, and then I hear through the grapevine that they want me out and they expect me to be gone. I'd be panicking. I would be shocked. I would be scared. I'd be like, what's going on here? But knowing that my roommate wants me out, first of all, I'd be like, hey, if I'm paying rent, you're not kicking me out. That's just how it is. But also, I'd be in survival mode. Like it's time to get an extra job or save some money. You know, you go into survival mode. Like do what you got to do and do it quickly. Spend all of your time trying to make sure everything's going to be okay, that there's not going to be a bad ending. But the sense that I get from Peetz and the sense that I got from this video, this live stream, he actually thinks, I think, that just as Chantal took care of him for 2 years, that he's on YouTube and there's going to be viewers out there that they're going to feel sorry for Peetz. Oh, Chantal screwed him over. Let's send him some money. Let's help him out. I know this is going to sound really mean. My advice is don't help him. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because just like Chantal, he needs to learn. He needs to learn to be independent. He needs to learn to do for himself. He can't just expect people on YouTube to rescue him from whatever situation is going on. You, as a content creator, Peetz, you can't expect that your audience is going to step forward and rescue you out of this situation. The red flags were there in your face for months when it came to Foodie. Everybody has been warning you about what happened with Foodie. The reactors have talked about it. The viewers have talked about it. Everybody tried to warn you. You did not want to hear it. And you did not want to be proactive in taking steps to make sure that if something did happen, you'd be okay. You just sat back in your room doing your rants and talking about different things, but you were just comfortable in your bubble and you thought everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But it's always nice to prepare for the won't moment. And you never did. So if you're on YouTube right now and you're looking at your viewers like, hey, give me money because my roommate is about to screw me over, it's not their responsibility. It's not their place to rescue you. They're trying to help you right now. They're trying to warn you and say, hey, you need to be aware of this. So now that you're aware, be proactive and get some kind of a job, start saving some kind of money. So if she comes home and there's a big to-do about it, you'll have a job, you'll have money, you will certainly have more options than what you got right now, because right now you got nothing. Don't look at your viewers as purses and pocketbooks and wallets that you can dip into whenever you decide, hey, I don't want to work. I'm not going to work. I'm on YouTube. They'll just give me money. Don't have that attitude. Don't have it. It's not your audience's job to clean up your mess. You're a grown man. You got to figure it out on your own. So please do so and do it quickly because Foodie is done. She's been done for a while. We've all been known about it. You've known about it. You just chose to ignore it. You've reached a point where you cannot ignore it anymore.
I would imagine she'll still pay the rent until she comes back. I will figure shit out. Don't worry about it. I'll survive. Either I survive or I die in the cat feast on my body. Honestly, either way kind of feels like it would work. Either way.
You know what? That is emotionally manipulative. To say what he just said, that is emotionally manipulative. Because when people watch someone on YouTube, a content creator, they care about you. You know, they've got people in your audience and you're a person, people care about each other. You cannot say shit like that, Peetz, and make people worry about you. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. It's so sad that people in your audience care more about you and your welfare than you care about yourself. You need to care about yourself. You need to take care of yourself. Don't expect your audience to come in, like I said, and clean up your mess. You've been ignoring this for months. The red flags were up, the signs were there, but you were just in your room. Part of it was depression. I acknowledge that. Depression can be debilitating, but it was also partially laziness because you were just too comfortable in your lifestyle with Foodie. But that lifestyle is over. On a side note, just out of curiosity, I don't know how much debt Foodie put you in. It's none of my business. But I sat down and I figured out how much just in rent she paid for you for 2 years. Because you guys have been living together for what, 2 years? Maybe a little bit more than 2. The rent was what, $1,800 just in rent, not counting your share of the bills and the food she bought you and the comic books and whatnot. Just in rent for 2 years. If you had to pay $900 in rent, that means she spent over $21,000 on you, Peetz. So I don't know how much debt she put you in. I don't know the exact number. I don't need to know. But she's already spent about $21,000 on you. So whatever the debt was, if that didn't completely cover it, maybe it partially covered it, maybe it all the way covered it, you got some back of what she owes you. It's time to get up and do for yourself now.
It kind of works for me. Ontario works about ESP. Those were both things that I did talk about with my counselor today as well, with my therapist. Like that was that I talked about with my therapist today as well. Intelligent, capable. I have never felt that way, West Coast. I have never felt intelligent or capable. I promise I'm not suicidal, hamburger eyes.
Okay, so I guess this comment is in regards to him talking about getting a job. So Peetz is over there, I guess, being picky about getting a job. Right now, Peetz, you need to take whatever job you can get. Whatever job is available, take it. You need it right now. And if you find another job that you like better, you can always quit the first job and grab onto the second one, but you got to get the process started. You got to. You can't just be sitting in your chair thinking it'll be okay. This whole thing with Sala is going to fall apart. She's going to come home and everything's going to be good between us. They're not good. She's been looking for a way out away from you for a while.
Yeah, we'll see, Barry. We'll see. I'll figure it out when I got to figure it out.
You got to figure it out now. Brooklyn Rixton says she won't even pay next month's rent. You'll be evicted before she gets back. So something that was on my mind a while ago, I just had this thought before she went to Kuwait. Remember when she said she was going to get Peetz a place and herself a place? I said back then, I said, what if Foodie hooks up with Natter or whoever? If she puts him in his own place, who's to say that she wouldn't do that just to be able to have her own place and kind of like get away from him? Because at any time she could stop paying the rent. Here we are. You know, he's still at the villa and she could stop paying rent at any time. And eventually he would be evicted. And I have to wonder, I really have to wonder, y'all. I just had a thought. So all this talk about her moving into the mansion, y'all remember that in the packing? I have to wonder if she took all the stuff that she wanted, she got it out of there, kind of did it kind of, under the table. She got all of her stuff out of there that she wanted and she's going to leave Peetz everything that's there and let him figure it out.
Then I gotta go fucking die in the goddamn street, Brooklyn. What the fuck do you want me to do? Shut the fuck up. Christ.
So people in his chat, they're just trying to warn Peetz. They're showing they care about Peetz by letting him know now, way before she gets back. And Peetz, you really shouldn't be raging on your viewers. They're showing more care and concern of you than your supposed friend of 17 years. I mean, she was such a rude biatch that she told everybody in a live stream rather than contact you directly, which she should have done privately. She could have done this privately. She didn't. She did it publicly. People in your chat care about you and you're going to rage on them? Really? Really, you're going to do that? And then you're going to sit there and make people worry? You're going to do that emotional manipulation shit? Well, I guess I'll just do this then. That's a wrong thing to say on a live stream. I understand you might be angry, but you're raging at the wrong people. You're much like Foodie that way. You know, you rage on a stranger or somebody else rather than go to the person you got a problem with. You misdirect your anger just like she does. She's mad at Sala right now because she's around this hot guy and they have not been intimate yet. And I'm sure she's frustrated, coupled with the fact that she's in a place where she can't go drive and go binge. And Sala's watching all her food. I mean, she's angry at all these things, and yet she's raging at Perfectly Imperfect and Just Breezing and everybody else, misdirecting her anger at everyone rather than him. And here you are raging on your viewers rather than picking up the phone and calling Chantal and raging at her. For once in your life, take the anger you have for Chantal and go to Chantal. Stop being afraid of her. Let her have it. She deserves it. She's a rotten, evil person who used you, who ruined your credit. She had you put your name on the lease. You didn't want to be in the villa. She wanted it for her own ego. Let her have it. As a matter of fact, no, I take that back. You know what you should do? Since she's talking about she wants you out of the villa and you got a computer and you got internet access, listen to me, Peetz. Make some tea videos. Burn it all to the ground. Seriously. She put you in debt. She ruined your credit. She had you put your name on the villa lease so she wasn't financially obligated and she could leave at any time. You got 17 years worth of dirt. Let her have it. And those videos will be so popular and they'll get so many views. You'll be set up for quite a while and you can form a plan. That's what I would do. If I had somebody who was my friend and they screwed me over not once but twice, yeah, no loyalty there. They're not being loyal to me. Goodbye. Be part of her karma. I'm telling you, she deserves it. You got a lot of pent up anger and frustration for Chantal. You've had it since the whole thing with BB. Let it out. Let it all out. She wants to make you homeless. Let her have it.
Oh, just fucking die in the street. There we go. There's the answer you're all looking for. There's my fucking life goal. I'll fucking die in the goddamn street.
Nobody was looking for that answer and nobody wants that answer. What they're looking for from you, Peetz, is the fact that you know what's going on and they're putting it in your face and saying, we're letting you know about this. What are you going to do? They're interested. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? They're letting you know so you can get a job and make money and make plans because you've got a frenemy that doesn't give a shit about anyone but herself. Time to make some moves because she is not courteous enough that she's going to let you know ahead of time so you can make a plan and prepare. No, it's all about what she wants right now. She's in that narcissistic, selfish headspace. And she doesn't care if she hurts anyone. She doesn't care if anybody else suffers because it's not her suffering.
I'm not even looking for solutions. Like right now, Chris, I'm honestly not even looking for solutions. It's, I'll figure shit out. I'll have to figure like when I have no choice to figure shit out, I'll figure shit out. I'm trying to push anxiety on me. Come on.
So that was the video from What's Happening, and I will leave a link for all the videos used in the description so you guys can check out all the creators, because as you can see, they make really great content. So in closing, I just want to say this. There is a skeptical part of me, because the unfortunate thing with the Foodie Beauty story is that Foodie lies. And unfortunately, on top of her lying, she has accomplices that back up her lies. There's not a single person involved in the story that we can go to for the truth, and we know they're telling the truth. Peetz has said he will lie for Foodie. Hence why I am doubting him and what's going on. It just seems kind of planned that she went to Kuwait and she announces to the public, oh, he's got to get out. And I don't know if this is a plan for people to feel sorry for Peetz and start sending him money, if it was like just a way to fleece money out of people. That's why I'm skeptical over here. It's one of those situations for me that until he moves away from Foodie and he's away from Foodie, I'm still going to be skeptical. That's just how I am. That's just my way of thinking. Because, Foodie's a scammer. Peetz will help her scam. So if it's a scam, it's a horrible scam. And shame on the both of them. If it's real, Peetz, you need to get off your butt and you need to do something. Because the most she can stay in Kuwait is 3 months. I don't know if she's going to stay that long. I don't think she will. She might come back sooner. So you don't have that much time to get your shit together. And it takes a while sometimes to find a job and to get a place and know where you're going. You need to start now. That'd be the smartest thing to do. Don't worry about her. Worry about yourself. You need to worry about you now because she's done taking care of you. It's been 2 years. You've been living off her for 2 years. She's paid over 20 grand in rent. Again, I don't know what the debt between the two of you was. It might have been more than 20 grand, but you got 2 years worth of rent paid. Now you got to figure out your own plan. And I hope that you do. So that's it for my react video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And again, check out all the creators that the videos were featured, and the links will be in the description. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day. Bye-bye.